Radiant team ban. Dire team ban. Radiant team ban.
Clockwork!
Radiant team pick.
Sand key.
Puck!
Dire team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Crystal Maiden.
Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Radiant team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Disruptor!
Dire team pick.
Bristleback!
Radiant team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Razor!
Dire team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Shadow Fiend.
Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team pick.
Legion Commander.
Radiant team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Storm Spirit.
Their lanes look really solid too.
Yeah, their lanes look good. The Razor versus the Legion Commander is a wash of a lane. Like Razor just completely owns that. It gives a lot of options for the Sanking Disruptor to just like run around and make plays because Razor doesn't really need help at all in that matchup. I think they should probably smoke up level 1 though and try to kill that Shadow Fiend. I think that's like the best thing that I've seen people do versus this max soul Shadow Fiend at the start.
Empire have a decent level 1 here as well, so we'll see if they go for it. Game 1 of our best of 3 winner is going to face Vega, and the winner of that will be able to sit back, relax at least a little in the grand finals, and await their opponent. Only one of these teams is going to TI7, and Giannis, I'll put you on the spot here, ask you, who do you think it's going to be?
I don't know. Like I haven't gotten a chance to watch this region too much, so if before I saw everything happening, I really liked the way that Empire's been playing. So I would have probably said like probably them. But M19's been kind of like coming out of nowhere and owning, so it's kind of hard to pull away from them. So I would be between Empire and M19.
Nice score. Dancing back and forth here on the high ground. Does get pinged down a little bit. He's going to plant down a ward. Was scouted by a smoked up Rogers. That's a good start for Empire. I wonder what the...
Instantly puts the sentry down. So that's going to be dewarded right away. So FN's going to get a nice little surge of gold right here.
Yummy, yummy. That's a free set of tangos to get this lane started.
that's a pretty dream start. Gets a little bit of bonus experience and everything too. Shadowfiend Clockwork doing what they do, collecting souls. But look at this, Miposhka and Roger. They are set up around the bounty rune. They already have a ward down too. They definitely want to try to kill this Shadowfiend at the start. I do believe that Spirit's gonna expect something like this though. They'll probably bring 3 heroes. But
yeah, they'll lead with that Legion, who is extremely difficult to kill.
Yeah, with the boots first, as expected versus a Razor.
They did lay down the ward here, so Empire's gonna see that Spirit have brought numbers. Just hide for now.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Have they been scouted? Oh, they know. Phobos finds one. The burrow strike out from Roger, but Iceberg there to greet him. He's gonna grab the bounty rune. Now Miposhka heads to the south. Phobos is going to get some good poke damage in here. He's got the boots advantage. 65 extra move speed. Might be a first blood, or... well, maybe not a first blood, but a lot of damage early. Miposhka does not want to just skill glimpse and have to send him packing. So, well, Phobos takes away about half his health to start this lane.
Yep. That was decent, though, still for Empire. They didn't kill this Shadowfiend, but he didn't get his block whatsoever. They forced some kind of like reaction to happen, so... now they at least get a better block in mid, and Storm Spirit's able to farm the first wave.
Yeah, if it weren't for these cogs anyway.
Yeah.
Let's get pushed back, but Iceberg still sitting at 12 souls, so decent or decently effective with the cogs. Mm-hmm. And be looking to continue CSing under the tower, so at least for now, Clock does stick around to try and secure that lane. Roger doing some early stacking, same with Miposhka. Empire really focused on their early economy here.
Yeah, like we kind of touched on that, right? Like it's Razor versus Legion, so these supports pretty much have the freest game of their lives. They can do pretty much whatever the hell they want in this game. They can smoke, they can sit mid, they can stack. I would like to see actually one of them move top and give Ghostic a great start, because Ghostic should have some freedom already since he's playing versus a CM Bristleback. CM can't really force Puck out of lane by any means. But nope, they're just focusing more on just giving FN the best game possible, even tri-laning mid pretty much to secure his farm.
Yeah, definitely is helping though. The creep wave pushing into Iceberg, so he's able to see us fairly freely anyway. Still Ghostic doing just fine in that top lane. It's going to be an uncontested Bristle. 2-3 doing whatever the hell he wants there. Chappie, meanwhile, is able to leech a pretty good chunk of Phobos' damage bottom. And we'll be trading with him, though Phobos is still trying to go man up on this Razor. He's making him miss a few last hits.
Yeah, Phobos is still getting some experience down here, so that's the big thing to get out of this. But yeah, pretty much 0 CS. He's got 3.
I don't know why the CIS servers have just been like super laggy today. For some
reason. I'm already missing animations. I was gonna say the same thing. I keep seeing Razor's attack. I don't see Razor's attack.
Apparently Shanghai was on attack of the Perfect World servers. They're spreading.
Roger has a DD, claimed himself the bounty rune. He actually forces FNG away because he's got that DD and Caustic available now.
Wants to make a move on mid, it looks like. He's going to sweep around behind Iceberg. He wants to dive this. He wants to commit.
A little risky with a creep wave, and there's
Roger?
Not really any help. At least he's sinking.
Well, space created. No, keeping eyes on Phobos. Yeah, not having fun here. 5 CS honestly feels pretty good for the Legion, all things considered, but Chappie having the very easy time of it. So, yeah. The core's doing pretty well mid and bottom, but Ghostic is not getting that help, and he is struggling. Only 3 CS.
Yeah.
Getting his levels, though.
Yeah, getting his levels. And the lane should push out decently with double range creep. But yeah, Phobos, the one lucky thing he has is that, you know, he does have Arcane Aura. He has the CM Aura, so he can always spam the overwhelming odds to at least run away from the link a bit. Then he had to expend his Mangos already in that offlane. The getting a slight bit more than Ghostic. How's Miposhka and Roger doing? These are the ones I'm keeping big eyes on because, like I said, they have so much luxury in this game. I want to see them making moves. I want to see them being aggressive and making sure that they keep their levels up because since they're not pulling, they need to be getting levels somehow. So Miposhka only level 1 right now in Disruptor. Senking still only 2. They're suffering a bit on the experience department.
FN did make a journey off into his jungle here. It looked like they might have wanted to gank mid, but no Storm in the neighborhood, so they're going to grab this 4-minute bounty rune, head towards top. There's a regen rune just now spawned.
Oh, Vanscore's looking pretty dead here.
That's a juicy little Crystal Maiden for Roger to grab. However, it looks like 633 might get a kill in return. Ghostic trying to draw it out of this. Potentially they can go for the Bristle kill here too with the Caustic, but it's going to be real dangerous. He's got a Mango. He's got a South. Might be able to turn this one around. The Burrow through. They'll get the double kill. That is real big. Taking Bristle down this early.
Yep. I mean, the supports need levels, and that's how they're going to get it.
Meanwhile, bottom lane, Chappie's being dove. FNG has not respected the Razor, as he should. Punished for it.
Ghostic with that early TP too. Picks himself up a little bit more experience, but now he's got a ways away from that top lane, so he's got to make all the way, that big journey all the way back up there.
Got to haul ass. That's going to be a solid minute walk top.
Gives Roger a little bit more space though, so he's going to be able to actually farm more in that off lane now.
This game is so much stacked Dota. The last series there's barely any stacking. Supports were just constantly ganking, and/or just like laning and trying to secure their course farm. But this game, you see a lot of stacks being built up for the Shadow Fiend, the Storm, or at least attempted stacks. Some of them have failed, but
that's exactly. But that's perfect though. Like what you're saying, it's because of the heroes that they have. It's the Storm, it's the Shadow Fiend. These two heroes. FN? Oh, FNG. I think he may have actually had a chance for a kill opportunity. He was on the high ground on top of FN on the big camping.
Can you kill a Storm with just the level 2 battery assault there?
It's a lot of damage.
How much
I think
is it total?
Probably
45.
It's 800 damage.
Yeah, that should be enough even after a reduction.
Yeah, even I think the puck was too far to get there in time. I'm pretty sure he would have killed FN there.
I mean, maybe Disruptor could have TP'd in, skilled Glimpse, saved him that way, but yeah, it would have been...
It would have been, yeah, it would have been close.
It would have been a lot of space.
That sucks a lot for FNG. He's probably pretty upset. But at least, yeah, now Storm, like we said, he's farming jungle, so he gives puck to lane mid, so at least Ghostic will be able to get that farm that he has not really gotten so far.
FNG is not going to be able to catch FN out. Will end up retreating. So bit of a missed opportunity. Ghostic to take that lane, and meanwhile Miposhka gets caught out top.
He was just playing. I caught like the end glimpse of it. He was playing over aggressive and just got chased down by Quills and just a frostbite.
Oh, this is the ideal time to gank the Storm, but Ghostic is there to scout out FNG. Cogs him back in frustration. Gonna farm those cogs. Yummy, yummy. But it's 6-minute rune time. Let's see where it's going to spawn. This could be big for the Storm.
Spot him, Invis. Still level 5 on Storm Spirit, so he doesn't have that escape mechanism. Shadow Fiend, Iceberg, approaching that level 7, so his farm is a bit better, and he's got a couple more stacks now to rely on.
The Shadow Fiend's... He's had a lot invested in him, and he is getting pretty out of control. 3,200 net worth. Storm only at 2,400, and... I mean, there's really not that much in the way of stacks, despite their early focus on it. They're going to try to set up here, though, as Storm does hit level 6, but FNG's ready. Spring the trap, try to turn things around. Stun. A nice stun on 2. Miposhka, meanwhile, laying in the nuke damage from above, and FN will end up securing that kill on the Shadow Fiend, as Roger made the rotation. Well-executed gank, just when Shadow Fiend feels like he's starting to get out of control. Empire able to shut him down.
Yeah, Roger is making very good moves this game on the Sanking. 2-0-1 already, on his way toward his level 5. Feeling very good. Tranquil Boots Raindrop. Well, almost Magic Stick too. Pretty much the ideal items at the start. See some lines being drawn by FNG.
What do you think those lines mean?
Probably like watch the wraparound rotations from the Sanking or something.
Roger is everywhere.
Yeah. DK Phobos bottom.
He is. Gets the burrow off. Looking for that caustic slow. Phobos on the run now. They're going to force out a TP from FN. FN having to react rather than make aggressive moves like he ideally would like.
Oh, we're gonna fall for this a lot, huh? FN and FNG playing versus each other.
You just noticed that? Oh.
Yeah, I mean, I already said
I'm already suffering.
Yeah, he gets, you know, forced reaction to bottom, but at least he's near those camps that he's been stacking, so he's gonna go back and stack again.
Just imagine if G was in the game, then you've got FN plus G.
Yeah.
You got FNG, drop the G, and suddenly you're left with an FN.
Uh-oh, Bobo's looking pretty dead here. Is he able to step away?
Gets to press the attack off. So damn fast.
Yeah, 365 without even using overwhelming odds on anything, so that 353 Razor can't actually catch up.
The one of the things that just makes Legion so annoying to play against, even when you're on paper a pretty good matchup.
Yeah.
Super tanky, super mobile, and you know, very durable with the armor as well.
Stupendous!
Yeah, a lot of a farm game coming out this time around. So all those stacks for the Storm, all the stacks for the Shadow Fiend.
Who do you favor just in like a farming battle like this? I mean, I just see a Bristle. I'm like, oh, they could be clearing out Ancients a lot earlier. They're starting to stack for him a little bit.
They're starting to do some Ancient stacks. I think overall the farm thing, since they can farm Ancients, it favors Team Spirit a bit. Because Empire can't farm Ancients with their heroes. They can only farm these neutral camps. But it's the kind of the trade-off, right? It's like Bristle can farm the Ancients, but I feel like Sanking and Disruptor are making the better like rotations for plays.
Yeah, Roger is taking advantage of those bigger stacks here on the left side of the map. It's going to help him out. It's going to help Ghostic out quite a bit. Easy Caustic.
Yep, it's nice. Ideal for Sanking. The Razor and the Storm... Well, the Storm doesn't really have to stay in lane, but Razor has to stay in lane for this game. He can't really go jungle, because his other heroes, like we've noticed and like we've said, Sanking and Storm are the big junglers, and they can TP and make moves. But the lanes need to be occupied by the other three heroes. The Puck, Razor, and Disruptor, respectively.
Yeah, Empire support's doing
Top lane,
quite well here in the level department. Fall forward, and with the coil snap, not enough damage. FNG TP's back to safety. The rain drop certainly assisting there.
Ghostic maybe jumping the gun a little bit, expecting FN to get there earlier. But either way, they force FNG out of the lane and they can actually pressure this tower now.
Unfortunately, they don't have any points in the Vortex yet. Only level 9 on the Storm, so... Yeah.
So
didn't have another way to cancel that
is
TP.
invis up. Do they have any reveal for him? They do not.
Yeah, they do have sentries on Miposhka's stash, but
Is a great conductor.
that's not going to help you too much. Can he time this Requiem just right on FN? He's kind of hoping
Doesn't
for...
have the Requiem skilled.
Oh.
Ghostic, though, just gets double raised and brought down.
Well, that'll do the trick.
No denying the tower. So they at least get that going for themselves.
Roger was there hoping to help out, but they do lose their prize Fairy Dragon. Meanwhile, Chappie getting the business from BZZ.
Yeah, there's a little bit of space opened up for Legion Commander as well. DK Phobos now with Phase Boots, sitting at 900 gold, level 7. Doing pretty well, being laned versus a Razor. No deaths,
Yeah,
pretty respectable.
I would have thought it would be worse, but I guess the really good move speed on Legion just solves so many of those issues with Static Link.
Do they get the glimpse? They do not.
Only level 3.
So, here we go. It's time to farm more neutrals. 63 BZZ already farmed that one ancient stack they had going, so it's very close to his Vanguard, and he already has the hood. So
I just feel like I
Super
teleported
durable.
to like a different region. It's a completely different Dota from the last series.
yeah, I mean these two teams like know each other probably best out of like anyone. They've all played against and with each other, like FN and Iceberg, like all these guys. Probably a good amount of respect going each way, but yeah, they both have pretty farm intense lineups. And probably feel like they both have good scaling. I mean, it's a Storm Razor Puck core versus a Shadow Fiend Legion Commander Bristle. They both scale quite hard into late game.
There's the hook shot.
Miposhka.
Gonna find Miposhka, but the glimpse back might just be there in time. Has the Static Storm. Does get dueled. Spirit get a duel win.
And they killed a lane ward that was just placed by Empire too, so Empire now playing with some limited vision, and their jungle and their safe lane is now completely threatened and invaded. They actually have to make plays elsewhere.
And they still need some time here. No blink on the Puck yet. No blink on Roger yet. Not even really that close. So they're gonna push out these other lanes. Likely sacrifice this tower it's really the power of the Bristle.
Yeah, they can't mess with this Bristle right now.
He's already got Vanguard, Hood, Soaring, just completely out of control, and we're only 12 minutes in.
Yep, there's nothing they can actually do to kill him for now. It's pretty much... The way they kill him is the Razor saps all his damage, and then they ignore him, and they kill everybody else, then kill him.
The way they kill him is they don't kill him.
Yeah.
They kill his team.
Pretty much.
And they break his morale, not his actual hero.
Dire's top tower is under
That's the thing, like, you give the Razor a free lane, and
Radiant's bottom
we'll see what he brings to the table in the future fights, but for now at least, Bristle's able to offer a lot more.
Radiant's bottom tower
Yeah.
Stage takes the tower down.
I feel like during this time, this is when... Like, you see the Bristle showing bottom. They are probably assuming there's a couple more heroes set up around him. Bristle's probably not solo pushing. I'd like to see Chappie making that kind of aggressive move too. Rather than jungling as the Razor, I want to see him like pressuring the lane.
Did spend this time farming up the drum, so
Yeah.
he is going to be buying them time with his item selections while the Storm farms.
I mean, they're obviously going for... They're like, okay, well, we're going to lose some tier 1s. That's going to happen. I think we just... what they're saying is probably like they just need to farm. Make sure they get their Blink Daggers. Because once they get Sand Blink and Puck Blink, the game becomes a lot easier for them to make aggressive plays.
So it's basically just kind of chill until then. Don't really try to force anything in your Empire.
That's what it seems like the game plan for them is, just because the way the Razor's playing. If I saw him like walking up and actually like hitting a tower with a couple of people sitting behind him, then I'd be like, okay, they want to make more aggressive moves, but they really want their Blink Daggers. Poshka.
FN jumping in. It's onto Iceberg. Static Storm is dropped down. He will get glimpsed back, but that's the tail end of it. The coil's not going to catch Iceberg, so he just walks out of it. So much committed for a Shadow Fiend that they did not kill off. Even Roger coming in with the Burrow Strike will manage to bring down the Crystal Maiden, but the Requiem's there. Iceberg forcing them on their heels. We'll drive them back. They lost the Storm. And they did not focus that Shadow Fiend down well at all. They tried to ball it on the Storm, then he got cold feet, backed away, then walked back in for the Electric Vortex. Coil did not hit him. Static Storm largely missed him, only got glimpsed at the tail end, and then after all that, Storm had no mana left and just got punished.
Yeah, I mean, it's a level like 14 or level 13 Shadow Fiend during that time with the Dragonlance, so he's sitting at like 1500 HP. He's actually so tanky. And like you said, the Disruptor ultimate was off the mark. So as soon as the Disruptor ulti was dropped, CM just walks up and has free ulti, because there's only like a couple forms to disable on the side of Empire. And then Coil comes out, but Spirit was already able to get away from that tower far enough in order to have a better place to fight. And FN, unfortunately, gets rocked by that Requiem.
And now he's close to a BKB. So how do you feel about the like super fast BKB rush this game? Generally, we don't see it this early.
Yeah, it's a bit curious to see him going for that, but I guess he's just feeling like so strong, and there's not really a whole lot of straight physical damage coming out of Empire. It's more magic damage than anything else. It's just pretty much Razor, right clicks. I mean, FN, sure, the Storm Spirit does some, but it's mostly magic damage right now. So they just maybe want to claim that Aegis early, like get the BKB, go for the Roche with the Bristleback, get Aegis, and then keep that advantage going. So that's why I would think he's building it.
The Blink Daggers are coming soon. Puck at 2,000 gold. Roger just about the same, though. As I say that, FNG has designs on him. Hey, buddy, how you doing? Tries to run away. The hook shot could track him down. Oh, didn't have the vision and wasn't able to find him. And now it's daytime. The timing was just a bit unfortunate for FNG. Hasn't really been his game thus far. As the Requiem gets revved up, BKB committed. Iceberg 10-second already active and not going to get anything out of that. So Empire have to be quite happy with that outcome.
So early though to have a BKB and a Dragonlance already. He's level 15 too.
It's gigantic.
16 minutes and he's got 10k net worth.
200 CS.
Yeah, that's absurd. 600 GPM already from those stacks that they gave for him. So the Shadow Fiend game plan with Clockwork is working so far for Spirit. They even get Blink on Legion Commander before the Puck and the Sanking. I mean, Puck and Sanking pretty much have it finished too, but
I mean, Empire really don't have physical damage. Like, you're not going to run on that Shadow Fiend as a Razor. Like, he's going to destroy you if you post up. So outside of him, it's all magic. It's now two heroes you kind of have to ignore: the Shadow Fiend with the BKB, the Bristle just in general. Maybe if you completely chain stun him, you could like perfect, you know, Static Storm, Coil, Burrow Strike, pull. Like, at least bring him low enough that he's going to have to BKB and run away, but it's really a who do you go on kind of situation right now. The Poshka will get hooked here, almost finished off. You know, there's the Legion with the overwhelming odds. Here's the kill.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Empire is definitely under the gun right now. They can't really 5-man versus this Bristle and BKB Shadow Fiend. They just have to go full split push and wait for the later stages of the game. But they still are going to have big problems versus Bristle Shadow Fiend. They just don't have the proper tools to deal with these two heroes right now.
And the scary thing for Empire is Spirit have a lineup that can end the game very early. I think, did a rocket hit him there? Or?
He wanted to go on DK Phobos Legion mid, but Phobos blinked out as soon as he saw Chappie. It missed the window.
They do find the Bristle. I don't know if you want to go for this. They're going to try. He gets healed up by the Legion, though. He stays alive. Everything dropped for this Bristleback. Will they be able to finish him off? Chappie doing some good work here. Does manage to lash him down. And the Shrine saves Empire. 2 heroes falling for Spirit. Maybe a third. FNG getting punished. Chappie going off in this game. Finds 3. But really the MVP of that fight had to have been the Shrine.
Oh, yeah. That Shrine plus just the amount of damage he stole. I mean, 4,300 damage this Razor just did in that fight. Max damage stolen.
His bar is like bigger than, I think, all 7 other heroes involved in that fight combined.
Yeah.
Not too shabby.
So Shadow Fiend wasn't there for that fight, was the big thing. They had everybody else, but Iceberg was elsewhere farming. So they were actually allowed to bring down the Bristle, and that was not with everybody. That was only with a couple Empire heroes that they had to commit. They had to use a lot of their spells, but Epicenter was used on the floor in the mid lane before that fight happened, and they're able to clean up the Bristle without it. And during that, FN farmed and finished his Bloodstone, so that was a big win there for Empire. So as long as if they can isolate the Bristle like that, you know, they still can kind of deal with him, since he doesn't have, like, you know, he doesn't have the medallion, he doesn't have the Solar Crest just yet.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they... did you catch where the Shadow Fiend was? Maybe they saw him, and that's why they were, like, he's, like, farming top or something, and that's why they're confident to
I didn't see
so much on the Bristle.
exactly what it was. I saw he was farming neutral camps on the right side,
okay,
like, right after the fight, but, yeah, he just wasn't there.
Yeah, if Shadow Fiend's there, that is a lost fight for Empire. But...
yeah, because it was, what, like 10 seconds it took him to bring down Bristle?
But instead, a nice pick, and now an opportunity for more. The hook's there, though. FNG not able to drop the cogs right away. Did get temporarily silenced by the Static Storm. Finally got them out, and now they chase forward. Iceberg in position, driving Chappie away from his team. He is a bulwark. He will protect them. As Phobos sets up here, looking for a duel. The silence is timed well, but gonna hold him in position for now. Phobos really wants that free duel damage. Gets the urn. BKB is committed. Very liberal usage by Iceberg in this fight. And the previous, already down to 8 seconds. And what do you know? Nice double damage road. Looking to set up for this Roshan. Sankey's gonna respawn soon, though. Meanwhile, FN is pushing out the top lane. He's got a teleport score. He's got a decent amount of mana. Chappie's still healthy. They could try for this Roche. The Orb comes in. They don't want to give this up for free. Empire are sticking around, but they don't have the puck coil, so they're a little bit undermanned. They still want to contest. FNG doing a good job of trying to keep them at bay with the cogs getting dropped. Roger chilling in the pit under cover of the do-do-do. He burrows through. He gets the Aegis. Roger, the magician, pulling out his inner Federer. However, they might pay elsewhere with Ghostic being dueled and will get finished off. Didn't actually catch a Phobos while on the duel. Doesn't look like he did, but still Ghostic on the high ground going for the TP. Frostbitten down. Roger ends up falling as well, so... well, they will lose the Aegis, they will lose the Sand King, but they at least keep it away from Team Spirit, and that means probably no easy high ground siege coming their way.
Yeah, and Sand King actually got the last hit on the Roche too, so he's feeling pretty sweet. Got the experience, got the gold for his team, denied the Aegis.
Did FN even, like, did he just leave that fight super early?
He just ditched. Yeah, he went toward top, and then it looked like there was some communication going on in the team because he was hitting the creeps, and then he like stuttered and walked back toward the Roche, then back toward top. So I think he wanted to stay top, but his team was telling him to come toward the pit to try to get a steal.
And
then he
like
sees Roger take it.
Yeah.
But I mean, either way, that's a pretty successful fight for Empire. The BKB started to whittle down on Shadow Fiend, so he's down to 8 seconds already, and that's a big opportunity for them to actually be able to deal with these tanky cores from Spirit.
If you give that Aegis to Spirit, I think they're threatening high ground on that Aegis. Or at the very least, they're taking all 3 of these towers. They still may try for it.
I think that's like a huge thing, though, that Empire is able to deny that Aegis. Like, we talked about how the Shadow Fiend probably went for such an early BKB to get that Aegis, like, for the Bristleback and
to
for
try
the
and break
Fiend.
the base.
Yeah. And now the fact that they didn't get that, it's going to slow down their timings a lot.
Empire smoking. They get the ward up on the high ground. Confident Blake forward, but it might be a bit too confident. Roger caught out here. Glimpse back is going to drag the Legion away. Does not get the duel win again. Phobos just unable to secure that bonus damage. They do get the SK kill. Empire feeling like they could take a risk, but
is under
don't think they
attack.
expected
Fighting
all the
uphill
heroes.
into Spirit is very
Yeah.
difficult.
Don't think they expected 4 or 5 heroes on top of a shrine at that exact moment, but they didn't really have any information elsewhere on the map. So it's kind of like a YOLO play they were going for. Poshka?
These like just defensive glimpses have been ridiculous from Aposhka. Constantly frustrating Team Spirit. He's going to drop that kinetic field, keep FNG back, no hookshot available, making the escapes look easy.
Yep. I usually call Miposhka the sacrificial lamb for this team. Because usually at the end of each game he has like 10 deaths, but he's been doing a lot of work. So far this game though, like you said, the glimpses have been paying off for him. I mean, he's only got 3 deaths. Feeling pretty good.
Radiant's middle tower is
And
under
Spirit
attack.
now. Without the Aegis, they don't care. They're still just gonna post up, try to claim a tier 2, since they're still quite a bit stronger.
Again, Empire do have a physical damage problem right now. Razor going to SNY, if he gets a good static link, maybe they can threaten Ice Sword, but outside of that, you're just not killing anyone quickly, and meanwhile, BZZ has completed the Solar Crest, so very tanky. They are looking for Roger here. Out comes the Plasma Field, trying to usher Spirit away. They get the glimpse back. They are going to find one. That Legion Commander gets caught out a little bit. Shadow Fiend going for the Requiem, gets interrupted here. It has not BKB just yet. He's going to snap that coil. Still hesitating to pop the BKB, and he gets slaughtered for it. They needed that Requiem. They didn't get it. Now Spirit are on the run, and Empire on the hunt. They're going to bring down FNG. They look for more. The Bristleback 2 might fall. That's 4 dead. It could be 5. A catastrophe on the Radiant side of the map. BZZ is pretty tanky, but the Caustic slows him down. They're leeching up the damage here. They're going to glimpse it back, pull him in, pound him from all directions. Empire surround the raid, bros. They'll kill him off to an easy team wipe for them.
5-0.
Shadow Fiend needed that BKB, and he just held it too long, and Empire really punished him for it.
Great uses of spells, though, by Empire there. The glimpse onto the Legion Commander, then they pull off Spirit to kind of be like, oh my god, we need to help our Legion. They get hit by like a 3-man Disruptor ult into a 3-man coil, and like you said, Shadow Fiend hesitating on his BKB for a moment, then they get clipped by a 3-man Epicenter Burrow Strike from Roger. So, good symphony of skills coming out from Empire, but Spirit just playing their cards, and it was not enough versus what Empire.
Just like that, the tides have truly turned. Empire now leading in net worth overall. Their Storm is closing in on the Shadow Fiend, the Razor, right there, actually eclipsing the Bristleback, and a lot of the wind has gone out of the Spirit sails. The way they've itemized, you know, much more focused on this mid-game timing push. Not to say their lineup doesn't scale at all in the late game, to be honest, but it feels like Empire are going to scale a bit better, going for, you know, the Storm Bloodstone.
Yeah.
Razor getting the Sanj and Yasha, not like forcing his way into a super early BKB.
The big one is definitely the Storm Spirit. Like, they're playing versus minimal disable as a Storm who just got 5 charges on his Bloodstone, so he's up to 17. He's gonna have Lincoln soon, and Lincoln's is gonna make him almost impossible to bring down because
Yeah, how do you got
there's
to
only
like
dual and
frostbite him and then blink duel? That's basically it.
So pretty much he has to go for like Halberd onto Legion Commander, but he can't. He needs a BKB in this lineup. So FN's gonna probably go pretty out of control this game. It keeps up the way it has been.
Just haven't seen very many duel wins for Phobos, and it is partially just a reality of the lineup, right? They don't have that much burst damage. They have good sustain damage. You're not going to duel and then get off a Requiem during the duel most of the time, so makes it a little harder for the Legion to find those kills, and then the snowball never really kicks in.
They also have like a very 5-man-esque lineup. They don't really have heroes that push lanes out too quickly. It's like Shadow Fiend pushes lanes out fast. Legion is decent in a way, and that's pretty much it. When you look at Empire's lineup, they've got Sanking can just caustic and push a lane out with Sanking stun. Razor can plasma field. Storm Spirit pushes lanes out super fast. Same thing with Puck. So it's Empire being able to force the waves all the time while Spirit has to kind of stay as a unit.
And that is exactly what they're doing. Roger just shoving in that mid lane. The Puck of Ghost Stick was formerly top. Now they're going to give this bottom lane to Miposhka, who is closing in on an Aghanim Scepter. He is almost halfway to it. Oh, sorry, over halfway to it.
He loves doing this build, and I think it's actually quite good this game. Like, if they can actually just get a Burrow Strike on this Shadow Fiend, and then he just throws a Disruptor ulti on top, I mean, he's screwed.
GG. Like, they're not winning the fight without that Shadow Fiend BKB.
Yeah.
Not at this point. Spirit are going to have to slow down, though. It's not what they want. CPZZ has queued up the Radiance earlier, is still looking like he wants to go for it.
Yeah. He's going for Radiance. Bloodthorn on the Shadow Fiend.
That's yeah, it's a nice idea against the Storm.
Yeah.
But Linkage is already complete, so
Yeah.
at least it gives them another way to pop it. Yeah, it's just such a good Storm game at this point, Giannis.
Yeah, I mean they have. I can reiterate a lot. Like Empire just has. They should have map advantage in this game for quite a long time, just because they could force the waves out and go jungle. So their efficiency should prove superior to Spirits. They should be able to gain a good net worth advantage during these like lull periods.
And FN is feeling more confident about his split push, shoving in the bottom wave tower, ripe for the taking. And as soon as he sees Spirit showing a couple top, he's probably going to go for it. Not even going to bother. DD runs up.
Is under attack.
Tier 1 dropping quickly. Is playing it safe though, as the map is largely dark. He'll come around and flank it from the side, gets that remnant down.
I think he was expecting maybe someone to TP down and try to like get some farm and reaction, but yeah, Spirit wants nothing to do with that.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Orchid now going to be
Radiant's top tower is
assembled
under
in
attack.
short order as the first Oblivion Staff. Puck going towards the Lincolns of his own, and at that point you've got a Yules, a double Lincolns on two elusive heroes, and we've talked a lot about the Storm. The Puck will be very difficult to track down too, and
Yeah.
the Razor is a BKB, so really, all of a sudden it's like a reversal here where Spirit are the ones feeling like they're going to lack damage to deal with a tanky range DPS.
Radiant's
Yeah.
top tower
For
is
sure.
under attack.
Poshka just, I mean, this is the low period. We're talking about everyone just farming on the side of Empire. A little bit more efficiency than Spirit. But Poshka's, dude, he's 500 gold from that Aghanim Sun Disruptor.
Dire's structures are fortified.
You really don't want to go high ground against this now, you know, but you also don't want to drag the game out.
Yeah.
Your rocket between a rock and a hard place is your Spirit.
At least they're able to claim it to tier 2 during this. But it's a trade.
FN just got 2
Dire's
towers.
Yeah,
bottom
it's a
tower
trade.
has fallen.
Nothing's coming easy, but Spirit, not out of the woods, or not out of it entirely just yet, I should say.
Mm-hmm. Clockwork and CM aren't really farming though. Clockwork does have a Solar Crest, but in this game it's the Solar Crest isn't like you're dealing with this like heavy physical damage dealing hero. Like Razor and Storm, their damage comes from other things too. It's a lot of magic damage that comes out from both Eye of the Storm and from just the Storm zipping around. I mean, Eye of the Storm is physical, but you know, it doesn't really get affected by Solar Crest in any means.
Right.
Incoming!
Here I am! Looks like the Storm is waiting for an opening.
And yeah, Aghanim's Disruptor already. So Ag's Disruptor and Sanking with Blink Yules. These two supports have like all the items they need for the rest of the game. While you look at Crystal Maiden and Clockwork, and these two would like to have a lot more. They'd like to have the Glimmer Cape, they'd like to have a couple Force Staves, etc. They don't really have anything in comparison to the supports on the side of Empire.
Empire are just fine, taking it slow,
Yep.
farming up, dragging the game later and later. Spirit do continue their progression here on the Shadow Fiend.
They're gonna go for a smoke here on Empire. They've got the one Lincoln's finished up, Yule's BKB, and the Aghanim's Disruptor. So if they find the Shadow Fiend and they just literally blink stun him, there's no defensive anything on the side of Spirit. They have the Hurricane Pike on Shadow Fiend, but you can't use any items if you get hit by that Disruptor ulti. So if they actually just find the Shadow Fiend, it's pretty much fight over if the Disruptor ulti catches him.
Speaking of which, Iceberg wants these golems, and Empire won Iceberg. Hey buddy, how you doing? Blink Burrow's there. Static Storm surprise, pulled back in, and it's over.
Yep, and that's literally the perfect play for Empire there.
And
catching
guess who's about
the
to
exact hero.
respawn? Roshan coming to a theater near you. He just bought Butterfly. He's out for 70. That's a free Aegis.
Yeah, I guess the one thing is that Empire doesn't really kill Roche quickly. They don't have a Solar Crest, they have no Medallion, and they don't have great physical DPS like we mentioned.
But they've also got a full minute to kill
Yes,
him. So.
exactly. There's no Shadow Fiend, so that was literally picture perfect for Empire there.
Well, Spirit say screw it, man. We're gonna go fight anyway.
They've got the Radiance Bristle.
They do, but they've also got a nice static link for Chappie now. Continues to leech that damage. He's going to turn back for the Clockwork. Trying to isolate BZZ. A lot of mana wasted here by FN, jumping back and forth, not hitting heroes during this time. Still though, he's got good Bloodstone charges. The coil comes through, and now the Epicenter revved up. Blocking out the Legion, going to kill off DK Phobos. BZZ, healthy though. Stays alive. He is delaying, stopping actually, entirely this Roshan. So they lose 3, but they don't lose another core that really matters. The Bristle hangs on, and The Roche is denied. It's not a terrible exchange for Spirit, all things considered.
Yeah, that was decent. I mean, they slow down the Roche.
When you have a Shadow Fiend who's 18k net worth, like at this point in the game, as long as you're not giving the Aegis away and you're able to delay a Roche in that situation, I think you're okay with it.
Yeah. I mean, Bristle is still very, very buff, very hard to bring down even when he's by himself. But during this now, FN goes bottom, DD for Rune found. Some nice pressure on that tier 3 all the way down to half HP. And he's almost got his Orchid finished up. So the Bloodthorn is actually going to be super nice if he's able to finish it up soon on Storm Spirit versus both the Butterfly and the Solar Crest and the Radiance
Look how
Illusion.
confident FN is. He's diving behind the tower just to nuke that wave down. Venscore comes in. Phobos is there, but
Doesn't give a
Storm is just running rings around them. 20 Bloodstone charges.
Empire feeling quite good though, as they should. Same kind of game plan though. All they need to do is they find the Shadow Fiend, one stun, and Disruptor ulti on top, and he's completely taken out of the fight. FN sees a lowly Crystal Maiden trying to D-ward, and
Ain't happening on my watch.
Yeah. This is the feels bad to play a support game right now. Can't really walk outside your base versus this super overfarmed Storm at 58 mana per second.
Well, Roger gonna find BZZ here. Can they really kill him off?
I don't
nah,
think
they're
so.
like, I'm out of here, chappies.
Space for FN bottom.
He's taking this tower down. Empire gonna rat this out, and the tower will drop. Not denied by Iceberg. Little zippity doo dah, and away he goes. Yeah, I don't know what you do at this point. How do you get back in the game if you're Spirit?
It's really tough. I'm trying to think what they can do, but they don't really have... They literally do not have the tools to lock down the storms. I think that's what they need. They need to get these, like, Orchids. They need to get maybe even, like, a Hex or something out eventually. But they're so far away. I even see Bristle queues up an Orchid.
Maybe a Shadow Blade on the Legion or something.
Some kind of tool. I mean, they still can't catch this Storm Spirit, though. He's super elusive. He's a big problem bottom lane. Now they get the stun. Do they get the Disruptor ulti as well? They do, but he walks out of the kinetic.
Has the BKB still running for dear life. Iceberg not out of the woods yet. Chappie continues stealing his damage, then turns back for poor Bang score. Will go down. Empire now looking for more as Sand lurks on the low ground. They are quickly chewing through this melee rack, bringing the whole squad into position. FN's there as well. 22 Bloodstone charges. Glyph forced out. They're going to Lincoln's up Chappie. He stands his ground still. This is BKB. Phobos. I mean, he showed himself, but is he really going to go for the duel here? He tries to insta-Yules. Counterplay was ready. Roger on point with that, and now Epicenter still available. The coil's going to break. Storm zipping out. They do get the Chappie kill. Phobos stays alive, and Iceberg able to find another kill as Puck will go down deep behind enemy lines.
And they do not kill the racks. There's 100
and
HP.
they were going all in on the melee, so
yeah,
it's going to heal up.
They actually tried to focus and kill the Legion rather than just finishing the racks. I think they could have actually maybe gotten it, but it was still a really good play for Spirit to go in. They're like, okay, I mean, there's no Disruptor ulti. That's the biggest one. Razor ultimate was getting low as well, so perfect opportunity for them to go in mid lane. Roger.
Oh, beautiful placements on the cogs there by FNG as he will get pushed back, but nonetheless, Team Spirit not able to finish him off. And meanwhile, FNG balls in. Lincoln Sphere gets broken, and then it's like, what are you going to do after that, boys? Ain't got nothing on me.
And now Spirit's making their way into the Roche pit. So Razor dead for 20 seconds.
Yeah, but
they should be able to get this one.
They still do have their shrine available. The Roche will drop very quickly. No sign of an Empire contest, despite having the Static Storm. Oh, as I say that, Sand King coming in. Will Roger just jump in? Will he YOLO for it? He's done it once already this game. Can he do it a second time? Hook's there, and it ain't happening for Mr. Roger.
He wanted it, though.
I like the enthusiasm, nonetheless.
Almost pays with his life, but...
FN just seems like he is hell-bent on ratting this one to victory.
There's no glyph up, so he actually does have a chance to maybe get it, but not Bristle. Nice TP there by BZZ.
So yeah, I mean, Empire just feels like they can freely push this bottom side of the map. BZZ, he seems to know FN nearby. FN's like chilling, taking the radiant damage, getting slowly roasted, and finally will end up falling away.
what are the next couple items we have going? So BKB was finished on Phobos. He's got an Orchid queued up too. So I mean, at least they recognize their problem, right? Every single one of them has an Orchid or Bloodthorn queued up, be it the Bristle, Shadow Fiend, and Legion. So they do know that they need to have a little bit more lockdown for this Storm and Puck.
Whoa, what'd I miss?
Yeah, that said though, you know, if FN just buys a BKB,
Yeah.
like, what are you gonna do at that point? Life
Pretty
is-
greedy though. He probably feels like he doesn't really need it this game so far. So he still has the Shivas queued up. Maybe after Shivas he can go for it, but we'll see. Shivas and Bloodthorn are pretty important for him this game as well.
Only game 1 of a best of 3. It's been a slow burner for the most part.
Oh yeah, these are best of 3s. I forgot.
Yeah.
It's been so many best of 1s.
And then the winner has to play Vega, and it's kind of like already shaping up to be a fairly longer day by the looks of things between the pauses, the fact the first series went 3 games, decent sized break, so
I think the teams also just are.
such a stressful situation.
Yeah, the teams are getting like a better feel of what's like this entire like patch and stuff too. Like these 2 drafts are pretty even. It's just like the Storm and Puck, you know, with a little amount of lockdown on Spirit, but Spirit having that early advantage is what's making this game play out like this. Like, we're 40 minutes in. It's
I mean, let's remember
1K
Empire
1K
stole
gold lead.
Empire Sand King stole a Roshan and an Aegis.
Yeah, exactly.
Like right out from under 5 Spirit heroes. If that doesn't happen, Spirit may have just taken a super early Rax and called it a day.
Yeah.
Dota is a game of small little moments having huge snowball effects, and
Yeah.
we certainly saw that there. As Spirit are gonna try to shove these lanes in mid and bottom. They've got their Aegis for Iceberg.
Yeah, Aegis cheese. Well, actually has the cheese.
Gets to work from distance. That 150 attack range talent certainly of great value in these siege scenarios.
Oh, so he did. Okay, he hit level 25. I was actually about to check. He's 25 so far. So just Shadow Fiend.
Gonna purge him up, instantly removing the Sand King's stun. He's already brought the tower down. Quick push back. Turns back for Chappie. Static linking a Shadow Fiend is only so effective when he's just sitting on 350 damage. He doesn't really care that much. They're gonna burrow him. Do they commit to him though? That's the question. They have the Static Storm on Miposhka, but really don't want to use it too early considering there is still an Aegis in
Duel on
play.
FN.
And now looking for the pickoff. They are going to bring the Storm down. That's big for Team Spirit, but bigger still is that this melee Rex is falling. Quick, fast, in a hurry. Storm has buyback, but he's also up in 10 seconds. Almost certainly does not want to commit it just yet. Phobos alive, and then be back on a shred of HP. He will end up going down to the last auto attack from Ghostic. They now wrangle the Clockwork inside of the cons, but who's really been caught? Chappie's in danger. BZZ just parading over his corpse will bring that Razor down. But Spirit decide they need to back out. FN wants to chase. Aegis is still up, but if they kill him once, they might be able to kill him a second time. They get the Shadow
Disruptor has
Fiend.
ulti for this too.
He has no BKB anyway. He's in all kinds of danger. BZZ almost walks into the Wombo combo. Iceberg just tanking the full brunt of the epicenter. Can't withstand that level of punishment. Now the TP's out. Miposhka will end up getting away. So too will FN to the north. He scatters to the south. And then over to the east goes Roger. And they all make it home. FN chasing for more during this time on a little split pushing mission with this haste rune. Wants to buy a little time.
Yeah, Brax defended, and Storm didn't even have to buy out. Chappie has to pretty much throw his life away, kind of in a way. Like, he literally just ran in, and he's like, all right, focus me so that when FN comes in, he can get some cleanup kills. But this is the power of the Aegis when that happens. It was also, I believe, the cheese was expended on Bristle too. Yes, it was. So with Aegis and cheese, they weren't able to bring down the Rax, but Empire had very good patience in this fight. Like they got like a couple decent jumps, but Miposhka just held the Static Storm. He's like, I know I know the target I need to go for. I can't throw it on top of Aegis if he's got BKB still online. So,
and you know, both teams now have had a push where they took a tier 3, but were just not able to finish off the melee Rax. That dire bottom lane healed up to full HP. Radiant mid about on track to do the same. Could be a long one. Already 40 minutes in, and still really no advantage at all. A 2,000 gold discrepancy this late into the game is essentially zero for all intents and purposes.
The supports on the side of Empire are getting quite a bit more, and Legion Commander is pretty much just like a walking duel still. He just pretty much has to break they have to break the Lincolns on the Storm, and then he's just a duel kind of in a way. Not really anything else contributed well. Empire, I feel like the Puck adds a little bit more to the table for the team fights.
Now that said, you know, a good duel by Phobos is like Storm is just dead to that, and then Empire lose a huge amount of punching power. So Not the most glamorous role for the Legion, but still a crucial one.
Dire's middle tower.
BZZ going for an Orchid as well, did now complete it, so they have double Orchid, closing in on double Bloodthorn.
I love it. Like, look at this Bristleback's inventory. Would you be able to guess what hero this is? Stuff, look at Orchid. This looks like a Broodmother almost.
I don't know if Broods go for Vanguard Hood, and Solar Crest, but
I don't know.
Yeah.
It looks bizarre.
It's clowny.
Bottom tower.
But no, it's definitely a good approach to try to deal with the Puck and Storm because they don't have the lockdown. So we see Blink on Miposhka finished up. The AC last fight was finished up by Razor, and now Chappie's starting to look toward finding better ways to deal with the Bristleback. He's got Silver Edge queued up on Razor.
yeah, pretty late one, but the Bristle has been very unkillable ever since he got the Radiance. Like, they have not even been able to scratch him. Granted, they haven't been focusing him, but I think they need the Silver Edge as the game goes along. None of their heroes are really good natural Bristleback counters. So.
Yeah.
Storm is good in the sense like he can just ignore the Bristle and go for other heroes, but not in terms of actually killing him. Let's have an Arcane Rune. This is that point of the game where Storm can really spike up in power with the double rune spawns, so keep eyes on FN, see if he gets any timely DDs, regens, Arcane Runes.
So first Bloodthorn finished now. Bristle has his finished. Iceberg's about to have his as well. So it's going to be becoming a bit harder for the Storm to do, or to abuse how much he has been, because he's been very...
That said, he has a BKB now.
Yeah, he actually does finish up the full BKB.
Yeah. With the BKB, they could still kill him with a really good duel, so it's not like, it's not a guaranteed you can't die type thing. But.
Yeah, there's a lot of ways now to break the Lincolns as well with those Orchids, so they can just quickly break a Lincolns and go for the duel.
You can kind of see FN feels like it's not a free game anymore. He's playing he's sitting here in the bottom lane, just like constantly hitting the racks and trolling around.
Still though, both teams buy gems respectively of their own, and the play is coming out. Empire smoked up. It's still the same thing. If they can get a stun on top of Shadow Fiend and just disrupt their ultim, there's no saves for him.
They don't have that Shallow Grave or really any sort of counterplay.
But they can't kill the Bristle, and it looks like Team Spirit knows that Empire smoked. All three lanes are pushing into the side of Empire. Nobody's showing on the map whatsoever either, so this one looks to be obvious.
A money
perfect
scan.
Yeah.
Got him.
They knew that was up. They knew they'd like hide all four heroes and just show the Bristle back, and there's no way they can go on Bristle. And now Team Spirit, smoke of their own.
Could be a big opportunity. Miposhka out in front does plant down a sentry. Roger burrowing away right as BZZ lumbers in. Bristleback marching down towards mid. Team Spirit from the Dire side moving past the Roche pit.
Oh, Roger.
Around.
There's a ward on him.
The opening. They've got the duel off. Can they lock that Sand King down? They will, and Phobos finally wins another duel. It's been ages since he's had one, but he will take that victory.
Roger, just standing under a ward, not expecting that vision.
It's been very few of those moments this game, but given that Sand King doesn't have buyback, I suppose Empire just praying that the Roche does not respawn at the 8-minute mark.
We'll find out soon. About 10 seconds till we know. 3, 2, 1.
One.
It's a long second. 1 minute 20.
So he'll be up. But Spirit are kind of flexing and pushing these lanes in fast. Shadow Fiend also grabbing a Bloodthorn of his own, so the double Bloodthorn special is in town. Not a show that the Storm really wants to attend, but he may not have a choice in the matter.
Yeah.
Also about to get a Bloodthorn of his own.
Yeah, this
This item is just like the DPS item of choice for basically every hero.
Yeah. It's pretty much replaced Daedalus in a lot of scenarios.
Replace Daedalus, kind of replace Hex to some extent.
Yeah.
I mean, that item has a lot of issues right now, but we'll see a glimpse here on BZZ. And then nothing else.
That's it.
Oh wait, that's a Bristleback.
Yep. Level 25 Bristle now. Probably take the quill stack damage, as we do see. It's all about this Roche control, and it's going to be spawning in the next 15 seconds. And if Team Spirit gets this one, it's going to make the fights a lot harder for Empire to take, because they have to be very patient with their spell usage.
And Empire clearly knows that as they start to creep up. They're gonna lob an orb out towards the pit. Doesn't quite get there, but
Radiant's top tower
I
is
think they
under
just saw
attack.
someone top. So they're not willing to overcommit. The problem for Empire is this top lane is at the tower.
It's double catapult too, so that tower actually drops pretty quickly to that.
Oh yeah, he's all the way back to the well in the meanwhile.
It's not even hitting the catapult, so
Hello?
they lose half their tower, but
All right,
okay.
that is unhealable damage that you can't afford to be giving up.
Yeah. Aghanim's puck now finished up, so they at least have good lockdown through those BKBs, but this front line Bristleback is still pretty much unkillable. Roche is dying incredibly fast to the Solar Crest and Goo.
Will
Fire
anyone
not
jump
there.
in? Is Storm gonna come? No, Spirit just get it for free. Now the dual follow-up as well. They managed to lock down Chappie. They kill off the Razor. They blow up another. The puck sitting on top of the cogs, likely going down. No, phase shift. Buying more time. Tries to blink away. BZZ is there on the chase, and one slash of those swords from the Legion will bring the puck down. Out for 80. Razor out for 70. No buyback available on either hero. A Spirit streamed down the mid lane. Great job. Roger, aware that they cannot hold right now, is immediately cutting the wave mid.
They've only got 3 creeps there. If anyone can kill them, then they can actually... There's going to be backdoor protection, but...
Looks like
the 3
they're
creeps will
going to
make
be
it.
too late. The creeps have made it to the base. And Iceberg gets to work now. Melee exposed, and finally the glyph comes out. He's turning back for the range racks while BZZ looks to finish off this melee. So that's one lane down. They might go for a second here, and as soon as they see there are no buybacks, we could be looking at a potential double lane of racks, maybe even mega creep scenario. It's already that tier 3 has fallen. Range number 2 under heavy duress. They glimpse back the Shadow Beam, but he just pushes his way forward. Range now down. Melee on the ropes, and that will be a 2-lane of racks advantage. Empire, who at one point almost 20 minutes ago had taken a tier 3 bottom, had full map control, but a Stormer could do whatever they want, now find themselves down 2 full lanes and on the ropes of just dropping this game 1 entirely.
Yep. Oh, that's dead. That's dead CM. He tried to CM ult the bottom lane, but...
Well, all worth it if Spirit get this lane. Look at that
Roger
tier
spotted
3.
right now. He's sitting in Sandstorm.
They cannot afford to lose him. He's been silenced. He's been critted far too many times. Iceberg shreds him. Well, Chappie will try to steal some damage here. The Storm's going to jump it. Falling deep for the Clockwork. Commits the BKB. Static Storm also falling, but Iceberg already got off his own BKB, so he requiems his way out of this. Now turns back for the puck. The Sand Cane's out of the picture. Iceberg controlled for now. Chappie has too much damage. He's hitting way too hard. Brings down the Shadow Fiend. Almost 400 a pop with the ultimate going as well. Iceberg now on the run. Has the Hurricane Pike, but Ghost Stick locks onto him. Still stealing the damage. Chappie still doing work. That number just keeps on rising faster than the TI prize pool practically. Empire will come back into this game. They get all 5. Is it enough though, Giannis? There's 4 buybacks available and CM just now respawning, so they got to beat them another time in a fight.
It's a good gold swing and good experience swing for them, but yeah, they've lost. They've suffered heavy damage. 2 racks is being brought down. At least Chappie was able to do a lot of work in that fight, though. And the puck, the big one there was definitely the puck Ags, though. He gets a beautiful Dream Coil off. I don't know who actually forced the Bristleback, but somebody forced him out of the Dream Coil. He got 4.5 second stun facing Storm Spirit, and he got Bloodthorned, and then just got pretty much shredded from there.
Oh, there's the
Just good
Silver
spell
Edge.
usage by Empire.
This could be big Chappie. Little does he know there's a double damager in bottom. Combine that with the Silver Edge, and you could be looking at a very killable Bristleback as FN's going to commit here. Now they debut that Silver Edge, get the quick break on him. Can they focus him down, though? He goes flat. That was a dieback on the Bristleback. What an ambush by Chappie, pulling out the tricks at a critical moment here. Empire now trying to retreat. They may lose some, though. Their own puck is out of the picture as he has died. He has not died back, but he doesn't have the money for the buyback. Out for 90 seconds.
What a swing of events, though. Spirit claims 2 Raxes, and now it's Empire with a 4K lead, and they forced a triple buyback. What the hell just happened?
They didn't get a building, though.
They did not get a building. This is true.
Not defense of the buyback. But this could be a step on the road.
That was crazy. I mean, FN just got so many Bloodstone charges from all that, too. He's back up to 23.
It's not too often you see like a Silver Edge debut at 50 minutes against Bristle, you know? That's definitely not something Spirit are like, all right, watch out. Any second now, this Razor could have a Silver Edge.
Yeah.
But Empire made it really work for them, that fight. That is the downside also to this Bristle build, going for the Bloodthorn. He's, you know, it gives them so much needed lockdown versus the Storm, but he's also a lot more killable than you gone like raw tank. Doesn't have room for the hood anymore, as he's trying to hold the cheese in the inventory.
Yeah.
Is a great conductor.
They have to watch themselves now, at least for Spirit. I mean, they do have the 2 racks advantage. Lanes will be pushing in, but it's really about how these fights are taken. It's like if they're able to, it's like whoever gets the initiation. It feels like this Razor gets jumped in one of the fights and they just lose because he dies right away. But then other than that, if Sankin gets like a 1 or 2 man burrow strike, or Dream Coil gets caught on like 3 people, it's like if pretty much if Chappie's able to get a good link off in the fights, the fight just looks super hard for Spirit.
Generally, when we talk about who's going to have the better initiation, it really does come down to the vision game. That's normally what decides it.
Yeah.
That and like general map control. And I mean, toggling both teams' vision seems fairly comparable. Clockwork is, and I guess Storm to a lesser extent, are the only things resembling like heroes that give you that bonus vision in this game.
Yeah.
So it seems kind of a wash in that regard too. It still kind of feels like anyone's game.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Empire just has, like, their 5 heroes are more useful than the 5 heroes on Spirit, right? I feel like it's like the Bristle and the Shadow Fiend are pretty much the big kahunas on Spirit, while the other 3 are kind of just like, you know, they just throw these spells out. That's about it.
They're just kind of
They're just kind of eh. But everybody on Empire is super important. Like, maybe the Sanking, the Epicenter is not really the most important, but it's just like a stun. And the Disruptor is super crucial. Razor is very crucial. Storm as well. Like, everybody has their job on Empire, while Spirits is like, yeah, just these 2 big guys in the front.
Well, Empire looks like they want to make a move. They have tried to lay a little trap here with that Observer Ward. Unfortunately for them, these lanes are pushing, and they cannot afford to let that top lane get too close to the base. You can even see Ghostic already calling for his team to retreat, get the lanes pushed back out.
Yeah.
Try again later.
The beautiful thing about Clockwork. Rocket flaring lanes from your base to keep them pushed in. And that's exactly what FNG's been doing.
It's like a poor man's nature's prophet.
Yeah. Boom.
Game winning rocket.
Yeah, plus rocket flare damage. But yeah, Team Spirit has to all stay together to be very careful of this Storm Spirit, who can get pickoffs anywhere. And now Storm he is at full critical mass. To level 25 with that extra Vortex pull. BKB Shiva's finished too, so he's actually pretty damn tanky now with that 28 armor.
Yeah, not so easy to kill him anymore.
Yeah. Still dies in a duel, as long as there's other targets focusing him, but...
Empire are biding their time here. Keep on pushing the lanes out, just hanging near the pit.
I think everybody on Empire has buyback now, too. My buyback tab is not working. Storm doesn't have it yet, but the Puck and Razor, the 2 big ones, are there. And Disruptor's very close to having it.
So
Disruptor and Sanking are very
there's like a 3.5 minute window where Empire will have like a big buyback advantage as long as they have the gold. Buybacks are still cooling down for the Shadow Fiend and the Legion and the Bristle for 3.5 minutes.
These lanes are just a problem, though. Yep, again, Ghostic starts pinging the lanes. FNG still continually rocketing top to force it in.
Oh, are they going for the wraparound bottom? It looks like they want to sneak into this Spirit base. Spirit are tucked extremely far back and protected by the tier 2.
They're in.
Gonna ball in. Here comes the jump, the Static Storm trap. They want the Shadow Fiend. They might just get him. He's low. Glimmer Cape, not enough. He pops like a pinata. And now FN looking for more. Lunging onto the Clockwork. The cogs become his tomb. The Empire strike. An absolute surprise. Spirit were not ready for this level of aggression. They'll pop the cheese. They pull PZZ back in. FN is out of mana and actually out of options. He's overplayed his hand. He's down only for 20. He'll come back into this fight, but they'll have about a minute where there will be no Shadow Fiend to work with. That could spell doom for Spirit. What a trap Empire have laid. They're not down to the woods just yet, though. They need to kill off Phobos. They can't quite do it. He hangs on for now, pushing his way back in. The Zankin wants him, gets him with the bro. He dies too in turn. Ghostic in as well, but Bristle is not a hero. He can kill alone. Beware, mortal. Chasing for BZZ, diving back. It's BZZ against the world. They're going to glimpse him in. They try to silence him from the front. The Storm comes back, rejoins the party. They get the kill. A full 5-man wipe in the dire base. Empire. Oi, oi, oi. How did they do it?
This Aghanims, dude. This Disruptor Aghs is literally just 100% game winning. Like, they get Miposhka's play too. He puts the ward down, no hesitation from Empire. They literally all 5 blink in because pretty much everybody has a blink dagger or some way of starting the fight, and they land a perfect static storm on top of Shadow Fiend again. And like we said, there's no save at that point. He can't use anything. He has this satanic Bloodthorn, Hurricane Pike, BKB, can't click anything. AoE Doom from Disruptor.
I love the fact that Empire didn't wait. You know, they knew buybacks were on cooldown for key heroes. They say, forget about Roshan, forget about playing it safe. Let's take a chance here. They smoke, they drop the ward, and like you said, no hesitation. That was really the key.
That was really impressive, though. That was a very close game. Pretty much either team could have won at multiple stages, but kind of sacrificing himself 1 or 2 times.